Now I'm sitting outside, it kind of cold, so I ain't gonna be out here that long. So I'm gonna give y'all like 10 minutes. Wow. Now, I was just in the jail with my brother-in-law. This is why I say the black community is always failing because we make so many damn excuses for everybody to be a failure. Now we were talking about working out. The first thing the conversation turned to what really ticks me off when people do shit like that. He gonna say, this is the first thing he said. Well, she can't wait because she got children. See, if you tell somebody that, that means they make an excuse for if I had children, I don't have to take care of myself. Or you tell a person, the reason I get high because my mom and daddy got high. So you tell them it's okay to get high. Or you tell a person, put down the bottle. Well, the reason most people drink because they're depressed, so they're going to keep drinking. When you're around people and say certain shit, you never make it out for them. Even when you talk about your finance, the first thing they always say, white supremacy. My mom and dad didn't teach me this. Well, your mother and father ain't teach you this. Why you ain't teaching your children this? See, we got to start making excuses and start breaking the chain. You look at any other community, they never make excuses for their failures. When you make excuses for your failure and blame others and blame other situations, you fucked up. I did a lot of time in prison. I never blamed my incarceration for me not being successful. I told myself I was going to get it. I put blinders on. I focus on what I need to do. And the more you tell people that, the more they have an understanding that don't never use excuses. You will never hear LeBron say he ain't the greatest. You'll never hear Michael Jordan not say that. But you will hear a dude in a barbershop say, well, I could have been better if the teacher liked me, or I could have been better if the coach didn't like me. That's an excuse. Just say you were the shit. And then you can keep it moving. Then once you get over that, you will gain more. Then I'm talking to a person who don't like to work out themselves. So it's easy for you to make another excuse. Like I told him, he said, man, you've been on the treadmill walking too long. Dude, your legs is your foundation of your body. So me running and walking 5 or 6 miles a day, that ain't gonna bother me if I keep walking, I go somewhere else because you gotta use your legs. But we walking in society, it taking you 15 to 20 minutes to get down the stairs. So you don't think that's a problem. And that's not putting people down, but we gotta stop making excuses for not being successful in every day in our life. My niece's mother and her husband both had strokes in the same month. I was telling her, Francine, you can walk across the street from the gym. She never utilized it. My brother came home from prison after X amount of years. He was well built. He let himself get up to 300 pounds, got on high medication, then take the medication, high blood pressure, had a stroke. That's why I tell people excuses. You see another person, well, I don't have any money. I ain't doing good. Your ass don't got a job. And then another person, man, you ain't got a good job, man. You got time. No, you don't have time. You don't have time to procrastinate in life. Everything you put into the midst of the air, what you gonna get out. If you bullshit, you gonna get bullshit. You can't do that. And it might sound crazy how I'm talking, but sometimes you can't pacify people. You gotta go directly with people and be direct. And you also gotta be truthful. What's up, Red? What's up, Dragon? Like my life, you know how many times I could have made an excuse and said, well, I got a felony conviction. People will hold me back because I have a felony. And people use that as an excuse for not to go out there and get a job. When I came home, nobody ever turned me down from having a job for being a felon. But I could have had another clown that rather go back to hustling, go back to being a gang banger, a shooter, or whatever they want to do, or using drugs when they get out of prison and use that excuse. Well, ain't nobody looking out for me. Don't nobody want to hire me because I'm a felon. That's the excuse. I don't talk to people like that because you set people up for failures. I told my granddaughter twice what to do something. I got out of the way because I'm not going to tell you to do something 2 or 3 times when you should listen to me because you see me doing it, so I got to get out your way. I tell my children, told them the same thing. Told my son, follow me, and he didn't want to do this, so I'm going to get out your way. I'm going to let you do what you're going to do. I'm going to let you fail it many times till you wake up. Not give you no more advice because people have a tendency to do what they want. Then they come to you once they fail, and they think you're supposed to pick them up or put them in a better situation. And then it mess up your reserve, what you've been doing for yourself. So anytime you're in a situation in life, make sure you got to be mindful of the people you talk to, because you can say certain stuff to me, but you can't throw certain stuff in the midst of the air to everybody else. Because you can tell me it's okay to go through mental illness. Hey, when I was going through it and I felt that I had anger issues, I went and got counseling. I didn't need nobody to tell me not to do that or do that. I got common sense. If I know I'm poor, get a damn job, work 2 jobs. I have a brother who worked 2 jobs. He's been working 2 jobs since '92. So people can, and he still go to the gym, and he still had time to hang out. People can do what they want, but you go with your friend's house, your girlfriend house, your boyfriend house, your dog house, your partner house for 3 or 4 hours out a day. You're on social media for 2 or 3 hours out a day, scrolling up down on YouTube or Facebook. So you bullshit. Like me, I don't use social media for nothing but outside learning some educational stuff or making some content and trying to get some money from it. If I'm not gonna get no money from this shit, I won't be on it. It'll be a waste of my time. And when I do go to YouTube, I go to YouTube to try to educate myself about cryptocurrency, about the stock market, about real estate, about AI and robotics. I know where the world is about to go to. I don't sit on here and see who got shot, seeing who done stole something, seeing who got online. I don't look on here for that shit because it's a waste of time. So people had time to do what they want. If you see me anytime on any social media platform, you see me post a video. But other people can make money from this. I'm gonna use this motherfucker to make me some money. I'm not gonna use the money. Be scrolling down looking for people arguing, talking about relationship, family, and friends, and saying dumb shit. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go to somebody's page that's showing me how to make some money from this content. I utilize all my time to try to be successful in everything I do in my life, because me being incarcerated and going to prison showed how unsuccessful I was. I spent a lot of time trying to be something I wasn't. I could have stayed in the military. I could have went to college, but I chose to go to the streets and try to be a hustler, and I tricked myself off the streets. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation, not being able to catch up with everybody else. I had 20 years of not catching people. Yeah, I said my daughter and my brother, like I said, because Dragon, if my brother would have took care of his body, he would have never had a stroke. My brother-in-law said, well, he did more time than you. Well, if a person did more time than you, he should be mentally prepared to stay on the same path he was when he was in it, when he was trying to be in shape. He chose the other route, and the other route put him in a bad situation where he had a stroke. And even with my children, if I tell my children to do what I do and follow my path, even though you might not want to do this, but it's still working for me. I didn't want to be a fucking barber, but I say, damn, if they charge me $20 for a haircut, I'm working for $7 an hour. I might well go to school for 18 months and get the barber license, and then I can work for myself. I never tell people I'm a barber. I'm a hustler. I didn't want to be no freaking barber. I do everything that other people do to make money. I'm trying to be successful any means necessary. If you say you're a dog walker and you tell him you making $100,000 a year, I might go get me some damn dogs. If you tell me you're a pig farmer and you making $100,000 a year of being a pig farmer, I'm gonna be a pig farmer if somebody show me how to do it, because you don't sit there and never focus on your goals. Your goals and your dreams might not make you no money. I would tell everybody in the world, I never wanted to be a barber. I never knew anything about barbering. I never knew nothing about fucking barbering when I came home. I'm sitting in a barbershop called Foster's. Here, iconic barber in our community, been there for 30, 40 years. Me and my father was in there. At that time, my father going through chemotherapy. We sitting in an hour and a half. Nobody catered to us. I said, man, can somebody please cut me? And my father, the dude said, what you trying to get done? I said, well, he just need to get his hair cut bald and I need to line up my beard. Dude said, well, you have an appointment. I said, no, I don't have an appointment. So once he said that, I didn't understand what appointment was, because I'm just come home being incarcerated. So another guy said, man, what about you? He said, well, I ain't that good with beard. I said, man, we just trying to get a haircut, get the hell up out of here, dude. He cut me. He said, well, I'm going to charge your father $5, because this 20 years ago, he said, I'm going to charge your father $5 instead of 10 for a regular senior citizen, because I know your father. He said, man, I'm going to charge you 10. I gained $40. We walked out the shop. I said, Dad, I'm about to be a barber. The first thing my father said with a negative connotation, but he didn't realize it was negative connotation. He just talking. He said, boy, you ain't no barber. You don't know how to cut no hair. I said, Dad, I'm a hustler, though. If I gave him $40, if I can cut 10 heads a day at $20 a piece, that's $200 a day, 6 days a week, that's $1,200 tax free. I never had to go in there and get a minimum wage job for me being a felon. Because at that time, I was working at a place called High Tech. I was making $7.45. And he didn't say anything else about it. I got home. At that time, you have a lot of social media. I got home, got in the phone book. I didn't know what barbering was. My mother said, well, look at cosmetology. I looked at cosmetology. There was a place called Huron in Toledo, Ohio, on Madison Street. I went down there the next day. I signed up. But once I got in there, I didn't like it because they were styling hair. I didn't want to be a cosmetologist. I'm going to the DMV 3 days later. I ran into a guy named Dana Wilson. Me and him talking. He happened to be the barber instructor at Scott. He told me about the program. I went over there. I didn't do this because I like barbering. I did it because it was an opportunity for me to make some money for nobody to hold nothing against me by me being a felon. And I could figure in my mind I could make a good income. Now I'm a seasoned barber and also I'm a shop owner. I never wanted to get into real estate, but my friend was in real estate, so I ended up getting into real estate. See, I follow people who's successful. I don't follow them up for getting high every day, drinking a party, talking that shit, selling pussy, selling drugs. I'm not hanging with you every day because you ain't showing me how to do something that anybody can do. So that's how I got into the real estate game. Cause he told me, I went down there one day, he said, look man, stop coming out here with these damn rims on your car. He said, man, buy your piece of property. He came down, he helped me put the first 2 pieces of property together. I never looked back. So that's what I do in my life. I follow people who try to do stuff that I'm not capable of doing, but I see they making money from it. Even with my friends, I don't have any friends. And I tell people I don't have any friends. I have people that's associated I'm cool with because I don't hang around people who ain't trying to grow every day. Why would I ride around down the street with a person for 8 hours a day in a damn car talking about nothing? Why would I be sitting in your house talking about nothing all day? I can go talk to myself at home. So I just rather go work out, go to the shop, go to the gym, and take my ass back home. Why would I sit around you for 3 or 4 hours when you ain't talking about shit? I can be online trying to figure out how I'm going to get me some more money. And the reason I say that, like I tell people, you see where the world is going to. This is why I tell people, it make me so upset about the African American community. We blame white man for this, we blame black man for this, white man for this. But then, what about blaming yourself? They make a lot of excuses. I've been talking to people for 7 to 8 years about cryptocurrency. Donald Trump get on national TV and make a law, said Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, and XRP gonna be the 5 cryptocurrencies they're gonna use in the crypto wealth fund. So what they telling you they invest in, your ass went about doing some dumb shit. If he telling you where the money gonna be at, we ain't gonna get it. I don't want him to be the president. He don't like black people. He like this. Dude, you selling yourself up for failure to listen to fools to say that. He telling you how to get the money. He have a cryptocurrency. His wife have a cryptocurrency. J.D. Vance, the vice president, had 20 Bitcoin. Elon Musk is in robotics, space, EV, technology, chip manufacturing, and he in cryptocurrency. Michael Saylor is in cryptocurrency. These all his homeboys and all the ones, the billionaires that y'all hate, he put them in administration together. But y'all so messed up into your drunk, high, prostituting, selling ass homeboy about the dumbest shit why y'all don't like this man, but he telling you how we about to get some money. So get some money with him. I got some money with Biden because Biden told me where he was going when he said they were going with robotics. So me and my brother-in-law was trying to invest in robotics. So when people make it, that's why I said when people make excuses about their failures, the only person you can blame is you. Take the time out, start hanging with your homies, start hanging out with your family, start hanging out with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your dog, your wife, your children, whatever. Concentrate on you, because once you concentrate on you, you can take care of everybody else. When people calling you and need something, you can hand it to them. You can't do that when you ain't taking care of your business yourself. You ain't taking care, like the guy in the barbershop. I told him, Kevin, why'd you get married? You've been married twice. Well, I love her. Okay. Now, Kevin is working, like I said, but now you're working, taking care of, instead of you and your son, now you're taking care of 7 people, because she has 6 kids. You was 7, she 8, so you taking care of 8 people on a teacher's salary. He wrecks his car. His car didn't have insurance. He let his son use it. His son totaled the car. He don't have insurance. This clown I get mad at, and I told him straight up, he called the insurance company and put in a claim. I mean, get some insurance, called them the next day and put in a claim. I said, Kevin, that's fraud. They ain't gonna know. I said, Kevin, didn't the police come to the scene? He said, yes. I said, Kevin, the insurance company is not stupid. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, most likely. If your son got in an accident, if the police come to the scene, that means they sit down and took statement from each individual drivers. They You said they cited your son for driving their car, for having an accident. Your car is totaled. Their car have extensive damages. You calling against them insurance. They're going to go in there, get the make and model of your car, the VIN number, and they're going to see that the car been in an accident 48 hours before you got the insurance. And then they're going to sit there and send you the check. They're gonna send you the check. Once you cash that check for the company, they're going to charge you with fraud. No, they ain't. I said, Kevin, do you think these people that stupid? They going to get the police report because they got to see who was at fault for their insurance to pay out their car to get it fixed. That when people doing trying to see, Kevin, you never took care of your business in life. If I wreck my car, they need to get a statement about what happened. If I say you hit me and you say I hit you, and the police come to see, they going to go by the police report, Kevin. I said, y'all trying to do stuff too sick. Then, now you don't have a car. You add to you one of my cars. So you wouldn't be prepared in life to even take on another household, another family. You didn't have no insurance. You don't have money to get another car. You don't have no money in the bank. And then you tell me you will pay me. How you going to pay me? Then you ask me, are you working for me? The first thing I say, hey, man, can I hold off of paying you for the first 2 weeks? So you going to tell me you work for me, but you don't want to pay me for renting out a booth. So you wasn't prepared to even take on a wife and a family. But people don't have them understandings. When you start, even with children, we had an argument about, a debate about children. A guy named Hawk gonna say he don't mind having children. Hawk, you 60, you didn't take your last 3 here and don't have a job. Then the other guy said, Dion, your mama raised your 2 children. So why would y'all keep having kids when y'all ain't financially stable to have kids? Kids are not toys. I tell people I was a deadbeat. I was incarcerated. So I didn't take care of my children. So there's no need for me to go out there and have any more children when I ain't take care of the first ones. But I'm going to set up a plan for them to make sure if I choose to leave them something, I still can leave a legacy. My oldest daughter going to get something. My stepdaughter going to get something. My granddaughter going to get something. But I give them all opportunity to fuck themselves. My son and my other daughter not, because they disrespect me. And I strive on not being disrespected. You disrespect me, I'm never going to look out for you. I don't care if I have $1 billion, I'm not going to give you a quarter. Because I strive on not being disrespected. Because when I was on the street, if a person disrespected me, they would never longer won't be around. So I live my life like that now. I got to live it on a different turn. So now that you disrespect me, I'm just ain't going to fuck with you. I ain't going to give you shit. So I'm about to get up off here and do one more video. And like I said, I appreciate everybody coming in. But like I said, man, take care of yourself and stop making excuses. Also, follow me on TikTok, accidental investor. Accidental investor 419 on TikTok. And you can follow me on all other social media platforms, from YouTube to Instagram, to Facebook, Success Out of Prison. Thank you. Peace out.